2021, one of the first things my lawyer said to me was, as disclosure started, or as this process started.
Prince Harry is furious after an unexpected online claim that Princess Anne confirmed a secret Saudi dossier about him. The story is spreading fast, leaving people confused and curious about what is real and what is fake. But did Princess Anne really confirm anything, or is this just another royal rumor hiding the truth behind it? Join us to find out. The viral claim that stunned the internet. These posts suggest that private documents connected to Saudi matters exist, and that they involve Prince Harry in a sensitive way. As the story spreads, it becomes even more dramatic, with claims that Harry is outraged and feels betrayed by what is being said about him. The emotional tone in these viral messages makes the story feel urgent, almost like something that has just exploded inside the royal world. People reading it are quickly pulled into the idea that something major and hidden has come to light. As this narrative grows, another layer is added that makes it even more powerful. Some versions of the story claim that Princess Anne, a respected member of the royal family known for her serious and private nature, has confirmed the existence of this so-called dossier. This detail is what makes many readers pause and react strongly, because it sounds like official confirmation from inside the royal household. The combination of her name, the royal family, and the mention of secret documents makes the story feel believable at first glance, especially to those who do not check deeper sources. However, when the situation is looked at more carefully, a very different picture appears. There is no trusted or official confirmation that such a dossier exists in the way it is being described online. There is also no reliable evidence that Princess Anne has ever made any statement supporting these claims. The story seems to have grown mostly through social media sharing, where posts are repeated, reshaped, and sometimes exaggerated as they travel from one page to another. In this process, details can become distorted, and what starts as a small rumor can slowly turn into something that looks like a major event. Even the idea of Prince Harry reacting with outrage appears to be part of this same online buildup, rather than something supported by verified reporting. While Harry has been involved in public discussions and legal matters in recent years, especially concerning his security and his relationship with the UK system, these real issues are very different from the dramatic Saudi dossier story being shared online. The internet version mixes emotion, speculation, and assumption in a way that makes it hard for casual readers to separate fact from imagination. What makes this situation even more interesting is how quickly people respond when a story involves well-known royal figures. The royal family has always attracted global attention, and any rumor linked to them tends to spread faster than ordinary news. In this case, the combination of Prince Harry's public profile and Princess Anne's respected position creates a powerful mix that naturally draws clicks, comments, and debate. Many people react first, share the story, and only later begin to question whether it is actually true. As confusion continues to grow, it becomes important to slow down and look at how information moves online. Not everything that appears dramatic or widely shared is backed by truth. Some stories are built from assumptions, while others are shaped by misunderstanding or deliberate exaggeration. The Saudi dossier claim fits into this pattern, where attention grows faster than evidence and emotion spreads faster than facts. Still, the story does not end here, because there is a deeper question that needs attention. If this viral claim is not supported by reliable evidence, then where did it truly begin, and why did so many people believe it so quickly? That question opens the door to a wider investigation into how such rumors are created, how they gain strength, and how they manage to capture global attention before being questioned. Keep watching as we explore what becomes important to uncover, because understanding the source of the rumor reveals even more than the rumor itself. What social media is saying about the Saudi dossier. What often happens in situations like this is that one unclear claim begins in a small corner of the internet. It might start as speculation, a misunderstood statement, or even a completely invented idea meant to attract attention. Once it is posted, other users pick it up, sometimes without checking its truth. As it gets reposted again and again, the wording changes slightly, and emotional language is added to make it more exciting. This is how a simple rumor can slowly grow into something that looks like breaking news, when it is actually not supported by verified facts. In this case, the involvement of well-known royal figures made the story spread even faster. Prince Harry is already a global public figure, and anything connected to him often attracts strong reactions. People are naturally curious about his life, especially after his public separation from certain royal duties and his ongoing legal and personal discussions in the media. Because of this attention, even small or unclear claims about him can quickly turn into viral topics. 21. The 21st of November 2018. The mention of Princess Anne also played a major role in giving the rumor more weight. She is widely seen as one of the most private and disciplined members of the royal family, and she rarely becomes part of public controversy. So, when her name appears in a dramatic claim, many people assume it must carry some level of truth. This is one of the key reasons misinformation can feel convincing at first glance. It uses familiar and respected names to make uncertain information appear more official than it really is. At the same time, there has been no evidence from reputable news outlets supporting the idea of a Saudi dossier linked to Prince Harry in the way social media describes. Trusted reporting has not confirmed any document of that nature being revealed or acknowledged by senior royals. This gap between viral content and verified journalism is very important because it shows how easily online narratives can drift away from reality when they are not checked carefully. Another factor that fuels this kind of spread is emotional reaction. The story is written and shared in a way that triggers strong feelings like stun, anger, or curiosity. Once people feel emotionally connected to something, they are more likely to share it without verifying the details. This emotional sharing creates a chain reaction where the story moves faster than corrections or fact checks, making it harder to stop or correct once it gains momentum. It is also important to understand that modern social media platforms reward attention. Content that feels dramatic or surprising tends to get more engagement, which encourages more people to post similar versions. In that environment, accuracy is not always the first priority. Instead, visibility becomes the main goal, and stories like this can grow simply because they attract clicks and reactions. As all these elements combine, a clearer picture begins to form. The Saudi dossier narrative is less about confirmed royal activity and more about how information behaves in the digital age. It shows how quickly an idea can move from uncertainty to widespread belief when it is repeated often enough and shaped in an emotional way. But even with this understanding, one important question still remains. If the story is not supported by real confirmation, what is the actual situation surrounding Prince Harry's recent public challenges, and how do those real events compare to the online claims? Keep watching as the focus shifts away from rumor and into the verified issues that have shaped his public life in recent times. Did Princess Anne really confirm anything? Instead, what exists is a pattern that is very common in the digital space. A claim appears on social platforms, often written in a way that sounds confident and serious. It then gets repeated by other users who may not check its origin. As it spreads, the wording becomes more dramatic, and extra details are added to make it more interesting. By the time it reaches a wider audience, it can look like an established event, even though no verified source ever confirmed it in the first place. In real reporting, especially when it comes to the royal family, major developments are always covered by multiple reputable outlets. These include well-known international media organizations that carefully verify information before publishing it. In this situation, such coverage is missing. That absence is important because if something as serious as secret official documents involving a senior royal figure were confirmed, it would be widely reported and heavily documented across trusted platforms. Another key point is that Princess Anne is known for her reserved and disciplined public role. It avoids publishing sensitive claims without evidence. If a major royal-related dossier had been confirmed, she rarely engages in public controversy or makes statements that fuel media speculation. Because of this, any claim attaching her name to a highly sensitive political or international issue would require extremely strong evidence. Without that level of confirmation, the statement remains unverified and should not be treated as fact.
Not just in your country, but around the world. People don't change that much. I think they...
At the same time, Prince Harry has indeed been part of real and well-documented public discussions in recent years. These include legal matters related to his security arrangements in the United Kingdom and broader conversations about his role after stepping back from senior royal duties. These events are recorded and confirmed, and they form the real background of his public life. However, they are entirely separate from the idea of any Saudi dossier or secret document being confirmed by members of the royal family. The difference between verified events and online rumors becomes very clear here. Verified events are supported by documents, court records, or consistent reporting across trusted news sources. Rumors, on the other hand, often rely on unnamed claims, emotional wording, and repeated sharing without evidence. The Saudi dossier story fits into the second category, where repetition replaces proof and attention replaces accuracy. This situation also highlights how easily public perception can be influenced when information is consumed quickly. Many people scroll through content in seconds, and dramatic headlines often leave a stronger impression than detailed explanations. As a result, even false or unverified claims can feel believable if they are presented in a confident and emotional way. Fact-checking efforts that have looked into similar viral claims consistently show the same result. There is no credible backing for the existence or confirmation of the alleged dossier. This reinforces the importance of pausing before accepting or sharing sensitive information, especially when it involves public figures and serious accusations. So, when everything is carefully reviewed, the conclusion is straightforward. The Saudi dossier claim remains unverified, Princess Anne's alleged confirmation is unsupported, and the story circulating online does not match any established reporting. What remains instead is a reminder of how quickly misinformation can take shape in the modern internet world. Keep watching as we uncover why stories like this attract so much attention in the first place, and what makes people so quick to believe and share them even when clear evidence is missing. Why this kind of royal rumor spreads so fast online. One major reason this kind of rumor spreads so easily is the power of emotional storytelling. The posts and videos sharing this claim are often written in a way that creates shock and curiosity at the same time. Words are chosen carefully to make readers feel like something important has just been uncovered. When people feel surprise or anger, they are less likely to pause and check whether the information is real. Instead, they react first and think later. This emotional reaction becomes the fuel that pushes the story further across timelines, groups, and comment sections. Another strong factor is repetition. On the internet, when many different accounts keep repeating the same idea, it starts to feel true, even if it is not. A person may see the same claim from multiple pages, each phrased slightly differently, and this creates the illusion of confirmation. In reality, those posts may all be copying from one unclear source, but to the average viewer, it appears as if many independent voices are saying the same thing. This repeated exposure can slowly influence belief without any official evidence being present. The involvement of well-known royal figures makes this effect even stronger. Prince Harry is one of the most globally recognized members of the royal family, and his life has been under public discussion for years. Because of this, anything linked to his name automatically attracts attention. At the same time, Princess Anne is widely respected and known for her serious and disciplined nature. So, when her name is attached to a claim, people are more likely to assume there must be truth behind it. This combination of familiarity and respect gives the rumor a false sense of authority.
Brother, this is something he's been waiting for, and he's probably spent more time thinking about it.
Social media platforms also play a major role in how quickly this type of content spreads. These platforms are designed to highlight posts that get attention, not necessarily posts that are accurate. When a video or message starts receiving likes, shares, or comments, the algorithm pushes it to more users. This means that dramatic or stunning content has a higher chance of being seen by large audiences, regardless of whether it is true. In this environment, attention becomes more powerful than accuracy, and that is how misinformation can grow very quickly. Another important reason is the lack of immediate fact-checking by most viewers. Many people consume content in a fast and casual way, often while scrolling through their phones. In that fast movement, there is little time spent checking whether a claim comes from a trusted news outlet or an unknown page. If the content looks convincing enough, it may be accepted at face value. Over time, this habit creates space for false stories to spread widely before corrections can catch up. There is also the human tendency to believe information that fits into an interesting narrative. Stories about royal secrets, hidden documents, or internal conflicts feel like something out of a drama. Because of that, people are more likely to engage with them, even if the evidence is weak. The mind often prefers a fascinating explanation over a boring truth, and this psychological effect can make rumors feel more appealing than facts. In contrast, verified news works in a very different way. Reliable journalism requires confirmation from multiple trusted sources before publishing serious claims. It also avoids presenting speculation as fact. In the case of the Saudi Dossier story, this level of verification is missing. No established media organization has confirmed the existence of such a document or any statement from Princess Anne supporting it. This gap between viral content and verified reporting is a clear sign that the story does not stand on solid ground.
The whole service will be different in many respects. He was just old enough to have gone to my mother's.
Even so, once a rumor gains momentum, it becomes difficult to stop completely. Corrections and fact checks usually travel slower than sensational claims. By the time accurate information is shared, many people have already seen the original viral version. This creates an imbalance where misinformation spreads quickly, while clarification spreads slowly. That is one of the biggest challenges in the digital age. Understanding this pattern is important because it helps viewers become more aware of how information influences them. It encourages a habit of questioning before reacting, especially when the topic involves sensitive claims about public figures. In this case, the lack of evidence, the absence of official confirmation, and the reliance on social media posts all point in the same direction. The story continues to circulate because it is engaging, not because it is verified. As the discussion moves forward, it becomes even more important to separate imagination from reality. The final part will bring everything together, showing clearly what is known, what is unproven, and what lessons can be learned from how this rumor developed in the first place. The real context behind Prince Harry's situation and what is actually known. One of the most important verified aspects of Prince Harry's recent history is his step back from senior royal duties. This decision, made publicly with Meghan Markle, changed his official role within the monarchy and shifted him into a more independent life outside the traditional royal structure. This change brought global attention and also opened the door to ongoing discussions about his relationship with the royal institution. Since then, his life has often been under intense public scrutiny, with every development attracting widespread media coverage. Another well-documented issue connected to Prince Harry is his legal battle over security arrangements in the United Kingdom. This matter has been covered by multiple reputable news organizations and involves his request for certain levels of police protection when visiting the UK. The case focused on whether his security should remain the same after stepping back from official duties or whether it should be reduced. This legal dispute has gone through official courts and has been part of public record discussions, making it a verified and factual issue. However, even in this real legal context, there is no connection to any Saudi dossier or secret international document involving Princess Anne. The security case is strictly about protection arrangements and government decisions within the UK system. Fact-checking efforts that have looked into similar viral claims consistently show the same result. There is no credible backing for the existence or confirmation of the alleged dossier. It does not involve foreign intelligence files or private royal confirmations, as the viral rumor suggests. This difference is very important because it shows how real events can sometimes be misrepresented and reshaped into completely different stories online. Prince Harry's public life has also included interviews, memoir releases, and public statements where he has spoken about his experiences within the royal family. These have contributed to ongoing discussions about his relationship with other members of the royal household. While these conversations have sometimes been sensitive or emotional, they are based on his personal account and public interviews, not secret documents or hidden confirmations. They are part of an open public narrative rather than a concealed investigation. Princess Anne, on the other hand, continues to maintain a relatively private and duty-focused role within the royal family. She is known for her consistency, discipline, and long-standing commitment to official responsibilities. Because of her position, she rarely becomes involved in public controversies or media-driven speculation. This is why claims suggesting she confirmed sensitive international dossiers appear highly unlikely when compared with her established public behavior. Her public role is based on official duties, not involvement in viral claims or unverified political narratives. When comparing these verified realities with the online Saudi dossier story, the contrast becomes very clear. The real events involving Prince Harry are documented, traceable, and supported by official proceedings or direct statements. The viral story, however, lacks identifiable sources, official documentation, or credible confirmation from recognized institutions. It exists mainly within social media spaces, where repetition and emotional framing often replace factual accuracy. Because Prince Harry is globally recognized, his name is frequently used in online content designed to attract attention. In many cases, his actual experiences are mixed with speculation, creating narratives that feel realistic but are not supported by evidence. This blending of truth and fiction can make it difficult for audiences to immediately recognize what is real and what has been added for dramatic effect.
One of the first things my lawyer said to me was, as disclosure started, or as this process started.
The same applies to the use of royal family members in viral claims. When respected names like Princess Anne are included in a story, it can give the impression of legitimacy. However, real confirmation requires official statements or verified reporting, not just mentions on social platforms. In this situation, there is no verified record showing that she made any statement about a Saudi dossier, which strongly indicates that the claim is not grounded in fact. It is also worth noting how quickly online discussions can shift from real events to imagined ones. A legitimate topic, such as Prince Harry's security case, can sometimes be taken out of context and gradually transformed into something entirely different through repeated sharing. Each retelling may add small changes, and over time, the original truth becomes distorted. This process is one of the main ways misinformation develops in the digital environment. Despite the spread of rumors, fact-checking efforts remain consistent. Reliable sources have not confirmed the existence of any Saudi dossier involving Prince Harry, nor any statement from Princess Anne supporting such a claim. The absence of credible evidence across established news platforms is a strong indicator that the viral story is not accurate. In journalism, when a claim is true and significant, it is usually widely reported and supported by multiple independent outlets. That is not the case here. The reality is that Prince Harry's public story is already complex, without the need for added fictional elements. His transition away from royal duties, his legal challenges regarding security, and his public statements about his experiences all form the true background of his current life. These are the events that shape his public image, not unverified documents circulating online. The Saudi dossier narrative is not supported by evidence. Princess Anne's alleged confirmation is unverified, and the viral story does not align with established facts. What remains instead is a reminder that in the digital age, attention can easily blur the line between truth and fiction. Understanding this difference is essential, especially when dealing with stories that involve public figures and emotional claims. However, the real lesson is not just about this specific rumor, but about how information is consumed today. Verified facts move carefully and slowly, while rumors move quickly and loudly. The responsibility then falls on viewers to slow down, question what they see, and look for trusted sources before accepting dramatic claims. Only then can the difference between reality and online fiction become truly clear. What we actually know and what remains unproven. When everything is placed side by side, the difference between verified information and online storytelling becomes very clear. On one side, there are real events connected to Prince Harry's public life, supported by official records, court proceedings, and reputable news coverage. On the other side, there is the viral Saudi dossier claim, which spreads quickly online but has no confirmed evidence behind it. Understanding this separation is important because it helps viewers see how easily information can shift from fact to fiction when it travels through social media. The first and most important truth is that there is no credible proof that any Saudi dossier involving Prince Harry exists in the way described online. No respected news organization, no official royal statement, and no legal document has confirmed such a file or its contents. In situations involving the royal family, especially when sensitive or international matters are involved, Information is usually reported widely and carefully verified. That level of reporting is missing here, which immediately raises serious doubts about the claim. Closely linked to this is the second major point. There is also no evidence that Princess Anne confirmed anything related to such a dossier. She has not made any public statement supporting this story, and no trusted outlet has reported her involvement in such a matter. This is important because her name is often used in viral content to make stories sound more official. However, in reality, claims involving senior royal figures require strong and clear sourcing, which is absent in this case. On the other hand, what is real and confirmed is Prince Harry's ongoing public journey after stepping back from senior royal duties. This decision changed his official role and placed him under constant public attention. His life has since included legal matters, interviews, and public discussions about his experiences. These events are well documented and have been covered extensively by global media outlets. Unlike the viral claim, these developments are supported by direct evidence and public records. One of the most verified issues in his recent life is his legal dispute over security arrangements in the United Kingdom. This case has been heard in court and discussed in official legal settings. It focuses on whether his protection level should change after leaving his working royal role. This is a real matter with legal documentation and public reporting. Fact-checking efforts that have looked into similar viral claims consistently show the same result. There is no credible backing for the existence or confirmation of the alleged dossier. However, it has nothing to do with any Saudi dossier or secret international files, which shows how easily unrelated topics can become wrongly connected online. When comparing these facts with the viral story, the contrast becomes very obvious. Verified events are based on structured systems such as courts, official statements, and professional journalism. They are documented, traceable, and reviewed. Viral stories, however, often rely on anonymous posts, screenshots, and repeated sharing without any clear origin. The Saudi dossier narrative falls into this second category, where the source is unclear and the evidence is missing. Verified facts remain stable. They do not change depending on who shares them. Court cases, official announcements, and confirmed reports stay consistent across sources. In contrast, online rumors often evolve as they spread. Words are added, details are adjusted, and emotional language becomes stronger. By the time a rumor reaches a wide audience, it may look very different from where it originally started. This is exactly how misleading narratives gain strength. A small or unclear claim is shared, then reshaped by multiple users until it appears larger and more convincing. Each repetition adds a layer of perceived credibility, even though no real evidence has been introduced. People begin to believe it not because it has been proven, but because they have seen it many times. The involvement of royal figures makes this process even more powerful. The royal family naturally attracts global attention, and any mention of their private or political matters draws curiosity. Prince Harry, in particular, has been a major focus of public discussion due to his high-profile decisions and personal openness in interviews. Because of this visibility, his name is often used in speculative content designed to gain attention. Princess Anne's name also carries strong influence in public perception. She is known for her long-standing commitment to duty and her private nature. This reputation makes her seem like a reliable source in the eyes of many viewers. However, that reputation is exactly why misinformation can misuse her name to create a false sense of authority. Without real confirmation, her involvement in such claims remains unsupported. Another key factor in separating truth from fiction is understanding how journalism works. Responsible reporting requires verification from multiple independent sources. It avoids publishing sensitive claims without evidence. If a major royal-related dossier had been confirmed, it would appear across multiple trusted outlets, supported by documents or official confirmation. The absence of such coverage is a strong indicator that the viral claim is not grounded in reality. It is also important to recognize the role of audience behavior in spreading misinformation. Many people encounter headlines quickly while scrolling through social media. In that fast environment, there is often little time to question or research what they see. Emotional content stands out more than factual detail, so dramatic claims tend to spread faster than careful explanations. This creates an imbalance where attention does not always match accuracy. This clear separation between fact and fiction is the most important takeaway. It shows how easily information can be shaped by repetition, emotion, and attention online. It also highlights the responsibility of viewers to pause and question before accepting dramatic claims. In a world where content spreads instantly, truth requires patience, checking, and trusted sources. As this comparison comes to a close, the final understanding is simple but powerful. Reality is supported by evidence and verification, while fiction thrives on repetition and emotion. Knowing the difference between the two is what allows audiences to stay informed rather than misled, especially when stories involve high-profile figures and sensitive claims. So, what does this really show about truth, rumors, and the royal family's public image? How easily can stories twist reality online before facts even arrive? And when emotions spread faster than evidence, how do we decide what to believe? If this opens your eyes, like and subscribe for more.